If you felt that sharp pain in your wallet recently, you are definitely not alone. It seems like overnight, from fast food to groceries, prices have just gone through the roof. Today, we're going to dig into the data and connect the dots to understand why everything suddenly feels so incredibly expensive. And we'll start with some examples that are probably all too familiar.
It really starts with the everyday stuff. You go to grab a quick meal for the family and bam, you're hit with the staggering bill. Someone shared they spent $50 for a 20-piece McNugget, a hamburger, 4 fries, and 2 McFlurries. That's some serious sticker shock right there.
And then it just moves right on to the absolute essentials. We're talking about basic household goods, the things you just can't go without. Their prices have climbed to levels that are frankly unbelievable. $33 for toilet paper. That's a perfect example of this new reality we're in.
And the grocery store, well, that's become a total minefield. A shopper mentioned spending $72 on just 4 items: shampoo, conditioner, a 6-pack of toilet paper, and a birthday card. This isn't some luxury shopping trip. This is the new cost of just basic living. But here's the real kicker. It's the gap between these crazy costs and what we're actually earning. Since 2019, McDonald's prices have jumped 40%. Groceries are up 34%. The hard reality for most of us is that our salaries have not kept up with this explosion in costs. Not even close. So this isn't just about a few bad shopping trips. These personal experiences are really just symptoms of a much, much larger economic strain happening all across the country. Let's zoom out and look at that bigger picture.
At the same time, prices are shooting up. Job security is going down. The jobs report for February got revised down by 92,000. That is a huge drop, the worst we've seen since the recovery period way back after the 2010 financial crisis.
And this isn't just some abstract number. We're talking about major household name companies. Google, Volkswagen, Pinterest, Atlassian, they've all announced huge layoffs, cutting thousands of workers, and just adding to all this economic uncertainty. So, with incomes not keeping up and jobs disappearing, Americans are leaning more and more on debt just to get by. Household debt has now hit a new record of $18.8 trillion. That's spread across mortgages, credit cards, car loans, all of it. It just shows the immense financial pressure families are under right now. And this debt story, it goes way beyond just our homes. The U.S. government itself has smashed a record, hitting a debt level of $39 trillion. The whole country, really, from the individual all the way up to the state, is running on debt. So the economy was already on pretty shaky ground. But then an event happened overseas that acted like a massive accelerator. It was the spark that ignited a whole new level of crisis.
There's a new conflict centered on Iran that has escalated incredibly fast. According to reports, we're talking about over 20 countries now involved, either through direct fighting or by supplying resources. This is sending massive shockwaves through the entire global system.
And the epicenter of all this economic disruption is right here, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow little waterway is one of the most important shipping lanes in the entire world. Iran has now closed it, and in doing so, they've effectively blocked a massive artery of global trade. An event like this has a massive impact. Let's trace how one strategic closure in the Middle East sends these economic ripples all the way across the world to your local gas station and your grocery store. It's really a chain reaction. The strait closes, which immediately causes oil and gas prices to just skyrocket. That, in turn, increases the cost of producing pretty much all raw materials, and that cost, well, it ultimately gets passed down to you, the consumer. Let's break this down even further. Crude oil isn't just fuel for your car. It's used to make petrochemicals, which are the building blocks of almost all plastics. Liquefied natural gas is absolutely essential for nitrogen fertilizer, which means, you guessed it, higher food prices. And with aluminum production in that region disrupted, the cost of everything from electronics to soda cans is going up. To really understand the scale of this disruption, just think about this number. The world consumes 105 million barrels of oil every single day. That's how deeply dependent our global economy is, and it's why choking off a major supply line has such an immediate and dramatic effect. And the big corporations are being crystal clear about who's going to pay for all this. Maersk, which is the world's second largest shipping company, has been totally explicit about it. They've stated that these new, higher costs will be passed on directly to their customers, and ultimately, to us, the consumers. This brings us to the final and most crucial point.
With governments spending billions and corporations passing on all their costs, who is truly footing the bill for this global crisis?
The contrast here is just stark. The Pentagon has requested an additional $200 billion to fund the conflict. And at the exact same time, American household debt has reached that new record of $18.8 trillion. And all of this is happening in a country with extreme wealth inequality. The economic burden is not being shared equally at all. The fact that the 3 wealthiest Americans own more than the entire bottom half of the population just highlights this incredible disparity. This all culminates in a really profound sense of disillusionment, and it's captured perfectly by this final statement. After decades of economic promises, people are feeling the squeeze from every single side, and many are concluding that the systems they were told to believe in just aren't working for them anymore. It's a clear sign that for so many people, the cost of this current crisis has become far too high to bear.